What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Listen, I am sitting here with the munchies. Not the munchies, I'm just hungry. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Look, I'm going to drop this link in here. Why? Because I can. I was sitting here and I was talking. I said, let's talk about some stuff. How y'all doing, y'all? I'm so tired. Did y'all see me go to the Eastern Market today? I went to the Eastern Market today, y'all, and had me such a good time. Yes, I did. Ain't that my favorite thing to say? Yes, I did. Okay. So look, this is what I want to talk about, y'all. Hey, happy wife life. Hey, how did you make it home well? Happy anniversary, happy wife life. The Black Martha Stewart. Okay, so look, y'all. I have some Reese cups. I have some blueberry donuts, some chocolate donuts. I'm gonna start off with the blueberry donuts, and I have me a glass of milk here. Okay. So look, this is what I want to talk about. Hey, Up was going to hit the panel tonight because we were talking and I was talking about we were talking about a lot of different things. Thank you. We got in about an hour. We got in about an hour ago. Okay, I'm so glad. I was like, yes, Black Martha Stewart. That's who Happy Wife Life is, y'all. The Black Martha Stewart. So what I want you to hit the panel because we can go right into what we were talking about. We were talking about slavery, and I don't know how we got on this subject, but we were talking about when people give people a helping hand, that they tend to not want to, like if somebody help you get ahead, then they forget that somebody helped them and then they don't want to help somebody else get ahead. Do that make sense to y'all? It's like how quickly and conveniently we forget that somebody helped us to get to where we are. And then we don't want to extend that same common courtesy, that same helping hand to help somebody else. It's like once we get to a certain place, then we forget about all the people that took a chance on us, that helped us to get to where we at, Like I'll say in my YouTube journey, shout out to PP. If it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for my sis, first of all, encouraging me to come over here because I didn't want to come. I would never have came. And then telling me the little ins and outs of what I should download and all of that. It's always somebody that, even when she came, I don't, people gave her little tidbits. They didn't give her everything. They gave her little, some people give you bits and pieces because they don't want you to get ahead of them. I've never been that type of person. I've always tried to turn around and reach back and pull somebody up and see. And that is how you continue to be blessed. See, people, you block your blessings. You block your blessings when you don't want to put out there. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, I have a wife, let's say, and on the flip side, people like you who help other people, and then they turn around and stab you in the back. You know what? That is, come on. You know what? That is so true. And then, which kind of make you not want to help people. That is, come on, happy wife life. That is so true. That is so true. But I try not to feel. I would be lying if I said there's people that I've helped that I wish I hadn't. It's people that I've shouted out that I wish I hadn't. There's people that I allowed on my platform and that I wish I hadn't done it. That look at me now like I ain't did nothing for them. But what did it say? God said you don't do things expecting things back. Lord, it ain't that I was expecting nothing back. I just wasn't expecting to be stabbed in the back. I wasn't expected to be turned on like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the people that I helped, if they had just walked away, I would have had no problem. But if you notice, a lot of people that walk away or have turned on me is because I stopped taking up for them. I stopped um, dealing with them, and that love turns into hatred. That love turns into envy. That love turns into I can't stand you. And so, happy wife life is right. So that would tend to make people not, I'm not so quick now to jump up and say, go check out somebody's channel. I'm not so quick now to say, you know what, hey, come on my platform, let's talk about it. I have to watch. I gotta watch people now, but hold on, I think we have somebody. We got I can't call it a gray ponytail no more. I gotta call it Miss Gray Braid. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart?
Hey, you. I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. It was amazing that you and I were having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh my God. First, we were talking about how do we get on it? How do we get to Harriet? We were talking about, see, y'all, we both old now because we can't remember half stuff. Wait, we would be talking and she'll go, what was I just talking about? And we'll have to sit there for a minute and then the last thing, neither one of us remember what the hell we was talking about, did we?
No, no.
But we were, oh my God, we somehow you made the statement that I was saying, we were talking about a family member of mine was talking about Jesus and had this very stance that just shocked me. And I was saying, but you know what? Because my family member was like, well, where was God when they had 400 years of slavery? I said, but God was there when Harriet Tubman was helping them slaves. I said, to freedom. She never lost one slave. And she had blackouts and God covered her, even so he was there. And then and then this is when Upward said, go ahead. You good?
Uh, yeah, give me a minute.
Okay. So anyway, yes, y'all. So here I was saying, yeah, and I said, and Harriet got all these slaves, and she did not lose one slave. And Harriet, and Upward said, and you know what? I bet some of them were ungrateful, some of the slaves. I bet when they got to where they was going, then they didn't extend that to anybody else. And I said, well, no, I think it's a little different. I think back then, I think that they were the Black Lives Matter then and the Rainbow Coalition then. And then you made a point where I said, you know what? You're probably right. What was the point that you had made that made me say, you know what? You're probably right.
I was saying that just like now with how we see people, I mean, look at work or use a job for instance. Some people need a hand up to get or have been given a hand up to get to the next level. And when they're down with the commoners, they're one way. And it's like, yeah, when we make it or I make it or you make it, we're gonna help the next one get up there. But soon as they get their hand up, they done forgot all about everything that they've discussed. And so it's like now they become like the oppressor and try to keep a brother down, keep a brother or sister down.
Well, I said this when it came to PP, my sis PP. When she came over here in YouTube, and nobody would actually tell her. They would tell her bits and pieces of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and wouldn't really give her the whole thing when she would ask questions like, "Hey, what do I need to do?" And they wouldn't give it all to her. Thank God that I had her that she would tell me every little thing to do, go download this, go download that. So that was good. But you have people on YouTube that don't want you to give you too much because they're too scared that you're going to get ahead of them. Upward and I was talking, I said I would have been a house nigga. And she said, no, I would have been a hot nigga. Which
The way
because
you cut up all the time. Yeah, you've
they,
been hot.
they would have been like, why is he never picking no cotton? Why he ain't got no calluses on? Why he wearing the finest of clothes? You know what? Because you know what? And
Why is he Master's favorite?
right,
Because he was
listen,
doing favors.
and listen. Okay, but let me ask you this. I've never been mad at the person at the job that maybe didn't have the skills, but may have slept with somebody. I wasn't mad at them people because that's their thing. If that's them and they can live with that, I'm not mad at Diana Ross. They said Florence Ballard was a better singer than her, but baby, evidently Diana had some better coochie than Florence because she knew what to do with it. You got to use what you got to get what you want.
That's why work, business and pleasure don't mix. Um, because you mix the two together, then the underperformer, the mediocre performer,
Hmm.
gets the same or more benefits than the stellar performer. That ain't cute. That ain't cute at all.
Do you know what I've learned? My little, hey, wifey said, up with the side ponytail. I see you, boo. Now look,
Hey,
I
April.
have been in work environments where I knew that one of the employees was sleeping with the manager.
Mhm.
But that made me do my job even that times harder. Because you know what? What's for you is for
Look,
you.
let me ask you, did you do it with your butt tuned it up?
No, no, no. I didn't. No, look, this was one of the first jobs where I had where it wasn't enticing them. So I had to
I can
go.
see you in the forever twerking position.
Um, and I worked for the gas company. But your work speaks for yourself. So I never get mad at the person that is using the girls that wear the little low the breasts and and getting favored because at the end of the day, what you know. I know you come from where you come from, and you can't talk about it too much. But um, I think that is a little different than civilian life. It you
Mm,
don't think so?
no, and I'm gonna tell you precisely why. I worked in one office,
Mm.
and I had to manage like nine females. Oh my God. I was cool when I was, one of the commoners. But then when I had to supervise, and I wasn't one of those hard chargers or whatever, I'm not trying to be above anybody. I wanted to be part of the team.
Hmm.
And I was shadowing one girl pretty much just you know, over in her area, just kind of watching what she was doing. Because my mindset is okay, if you're not here one day for whatever reason, kid gets sick or whatever, the mission will still go on. It's not going to be, at a stop because you're
Right.
not here. That doesn't make sense. So she got offended. I had no idea. But she went to the boss and told the boss that she didn't appreciate me. Instead of having a conversation with me, and I would have explained it to her. But she went to the boss and kind of, gave her spiel about it. And of course he came to me, and I'm cracking up because like, are you really back then, are you shitting me?
Hmm.
And that was how I felt. And come to find out, I mean, this was an office because this chick, she was well liked, she was personality plus, but she was a slickster too.
Was she
She
stacked?
used
Was she stacked, baby?
Yeah, she was. She was a thick, big girl.
Uh huh.
Um Yeah, and I mean, she was cool. I'm not gonna degrade her at all in that aspect, but I could see right through her. She was trying to use her female anatomy to get her way. And I'm like, look, I don't care that you did go and talk to the boss. And I pretty much told him the same thing. Like, look, what she thinks and what she feels, she's entitled to that. But I have a job to do. Either you want me to do it, you either gonna help me or hinder me. What's it gonna be? And so, long story short, I continued shadowing her and the
Let me
rest of them.
let me ask you this, because you have been in positions of leadership, which I have too. And a lot of what I did, and I have to be honest, hey El Cheapo baby. I tell my baby, I said, hey, um, even when I was a manager I was a manager at Burger King for years. And I had the what do you call that? I had the mid shift where I had all the teenagers. And then I worked nights. Are you still there? Oh, I worked nights. And I only scheduled the people I liked. You know, and I have to be guilty. I'm guilty of this. If it was somebody I didn't like and they were a good worker, but I just didn't like them, I only put them on if I needed them. Do you get what
Mm.
I'm saying? Because for me, it was more pleasant to work in a friendly environment. I mean, do that make sense? So you can look at it and say, "Oh,
Yeah,
you
no.
only you only work with the people you like." Well, I think that would be more commendable than me. We not speaking to each other. We not communicating good. You rolling your eyes at me. You know what I'm saying? It's hard working like that. So a lot of times it does mm, depend on how well you get along with others. Like a lot of people, and I'm telling you, a lot of times people, I had jobs where I didn't even know what the hell I was doing, but they would want me in there because you make it fun when we work. Because I would be so silly and I would be cracking jokes, and they would, they would put me on a schedule, and it was people more highly qualified than me, but I made the time go back. Do you think that's wrong?
Yeah, that's some bull. Some straight up bull. That no. Oh my God. Look, as I was listening, I could relate. I mean, I'm just being what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I see both sides of the fence. I really
Right.
do. I get it, but that's in a perfect world. Yeah, work a shift and be centered around people that you like. But just think about it in every walk of life and every job you could possibly think of. I mean, yeah, some offices are toxic, but I think that's a part of being a professional. There are people I couldn't stand, but I had to do. I was there to do a job. The friendship. If friendships could form as a result, that's the cherry on top. That's the bonus. I mean, what I think, feel, or believe about somebody, that was irrelevant as long as the job was done. And then when we, at the end of the day, we go home, you intermingle with who you want to mingle with. But yeah, that's kind of jacked up. So, you work the midnight shift or whatever shift it was. Heck, in a sense, and if that's the case, that probably was a blessing. They were probably glad you didn't like them,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
not most people don't want to work midnight shift.
I've had
That's
a
if
lot.
I understood you right.
Well, you know what? And I've always been this one. I've always been this employee. A lot of people get upset because the employer will have them train somebody for a position they really wanted. You get what I'm saying? Have you ever known that to happen? You bring somebody in that you qualify for that position. They
Mm-hmm.
bring somebody in, they'll turn around and ask you to train that person for the position that you want that's more money
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. And I've never left a job. People have left jobs like I dare them. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
blame
work
them.
in, huh?
I don't blame them.
I've stayed there and ended up getting a better position because sometimes that could be them just trying to see how much of a team
Yeah.
player you are.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've done it, and I did it well. And one or two things have happened. they have seen me do that and elevated me even higher than that person,
Mm-hmm.
or that person got the job and couldn't do it and they ended up giving it to me anyway.
Hmm. Yeah, that's good. I
Or
mean,
or or
go ahead.
thirdly, is I trained them wrong the whole damn time so they could fuck up. You don't ask me to train no damn body for a job. I'm gonna train
Right.
their ass wrong. But yeah, have you ever had to do that?
I've had to train a lot. And yes, I have seen. I mean, it was expected though, because I already know, going in, I'm the only, chocolate drop on the staff, and I'm the most experienced, the most seasoned, and then you got this Nabisco coming up in here, Becky with the good hair,
Yeah.
um, or Donnie, the dummy, uh and who thinks they know everything about everything, with that sense of entitlement. And yeah, they got all the accolades and awards and stuff, but for me, they thought it would break me. But I expected it. I went in expecting it. And so for me, I took the high road. And I'll say, when I was teaching, that's when it happened, because I was the lead instructor and I trained all the other instructors. I would have to, just like you see in the school, in the regular schools where the teachers are being observed, and I sit in the back with the sheet, that lets them know at the end of the lesson, hey, you hit all the marks. Here's some of the things. And I didn't, even though I knew what was happening with upper management,
Hmm.
because the other instructors, the new when as they come in and they're new, the way that they would work it is they would pretty much be ass kissers. And yes, I'm saying what I felt. They were
You
straight up
never kissed
ass kissers or brown
ass.
nosers. Huh?
You never kissed no ass.
No,
Okay, go ahead. Go
no.
ahead.
Mm-mm. My self dignity was worth more than kissing somebody's ass and a hand up because I kissed ass. No. Mm-mm.
Right.
So, um, yeah. Where was I going? Here's the senior moment.
How
Look, I got an excuse. I've been on the in the yard working all day. I would like happy wife life with the beautiful vegetables yet, but I'm gonna learn from her. But I was out there cutting grass and edging, and then the grass got, was wet and it stuck to the sidewalk. It's just a whole big mess. I'm tired.
sidebar. I call Happy Wife Life the Black Martha Stewart. Listen,
Yes.
you look at her pictures, they look like a postcard. There's a mountain in back. I mean, the backdrop. She did a video of her walking through the supermarket buying plants, and I mean, everything's so colorful and so beautiful. And I was like, I want to be in that life. I want a part of that life. It looked like,
Look, her videos are like TV commercials that they could be on
yeah.
any network. The
Listen,
girl is
I'm like,
bad.
why doesn't my life look that colorful? It's like the colors are just perfect. It's like she don't have a problem in the world. Ain't her hair out of place? Come on, somebody.
Look, but God.
Listen, look, her damn vegetables look like they living better than us in the garden.
I'm like, oh my gosh, her garden looks amazing. Everything
Amazing.
is so nice and meticulous. I'm like,
Yes.
OMG.
Shout out to the Happy Wife Life. Listen, you got the right name, the Happy Wife Life, because
Yes.
that's a happy life, wife.
Right. Look, all the holidays, she got something she's baking up. And that house is
color
smelling like
coord look,
cinnamon.
color
And
coordinated. The vegetables, like I mean,
mm,
just everything, and the trips that her and her husband. You see love through the pictures, through the
mhm,
camera of her and her husband. Shout out to the man that makes her a happy wife. Um,
mhm. She
I look
probably
at
sitting
the
in the
picture.
chat like this.
No, shout out to her though. I swear I live vicariously. And I be looking, I comment on every picture too. I be like, go on Black Martha. I call her Black Martha. Go on Black Martha. And she just always
Look, I wish she could see my flower bed now. Look, that would be so wonderful to see. Like to get some pointers or whatever from her, because my flower bed or garden bed is just it's a hot mess. It's got weeds in it. So I don't even
see.
know where to begin. Maybe her coaching could help me.
Hey, Miss Smith, see, there you go, expecting somebody to reach back and help. No, that's what you're doing. So you expecting her not to hurt gardens altogether, to reach back and tell somebody and help somebody because she didn't got to that place where her garden is all that, right?
Now,
It's
see,
her.
if she, the question is, will she or won't she garden keep, gatekeep? See, I don't see her. I don't, if I were to just, go off of what I believe her to be,
Mhm.
I believe she would be open to help her
Give
sister
you.
out. Yep.
So
And
go ahead, go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry, go
no,
ahead.
no. I don't even know what I was gonna say at this point. Go ahead.
So look, y'all, we were sitting back and we were also talking about this. I was saying when the slaves made it to Detroit here, because I actually went on that trip and I sat in the room where the slaves sat in before it got nighttime and they had to make it down to the riverfront and cross the river to go over to Canada. And I said, do you think some of them slaves didn't help the other slaves when they got here? Like, do you think that it was some slaves that said, look, I got my freedom. Look, you got to get it like
Hmm.
you get it.
Hmm. Of
Really?
course. Yes. Yes. Just because it was back then, where do you think the behaviors are just being mimicked time and time and time and time again? There is nothing new under the sun. I'm foolish enough to believe that that's how it was. It was some selfish mofos back then too.
Now, I will say this. Like I was telling you, when we had the whole migration from down south up north, and
Hmm.
a lot of down south people came to Detroit because of the automotive industry. And there was an uncle of mine that had got a job and he worked for, I think it was Cadillacs or Ford.
Hmm.
And my aunt went with this guy. They were married. And he allowed his brother and the brother's wife and 4 kids to move down here from down south, live in a house. They lived there for about a year, got him a job at the plant.
Hmm.
Then that they ended up getting their own house. And do you know he would not extend that to somebody else in his family for them to come down here and go through the same thing that he went through to give them a leg up.
See.
You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing. Like, so that's why when we kept saying, it's amazing how we forget who helped us and you
Hmm.
don't want to turn around and do that. I think God elevates you so you can turn around and in return elevate someone else.
Hmm. That's what
Some
we're supposed to do or should do, but that is not evident and it's not a given for everybody. It just isn't. I believe that there are some people here also to go in the opposite direction. That's their sole purpose.
I feel this that Happy Wife Life was saying, and on the other hand, you help somebody and then they stab you in the back and they do you so wrong. And I said that's so true. But I get more enjoyment out of helping people. If y'all saw me at church, even the video at church, and they was like, "What's this paper for?" And the usher came and halfway explained it, and I turned around. I was like, "Well, you know what? Throughout the thing, huh?
I'll
What'd you
be
say?"
right. I'll be back in two and two.
I think I know what you got to do because when we get a little older, we go a little more often. Okay, but yeah, even in church, I don't mind helping somebody. Yes, I have been burnt a couple of times, more than a couple of times, but it will still not stop me from helping somebody if I can. If it's nothing but an encouraging word, the knowledge of something, anybody, somebody can call. I had my cousin one time say, "Look, you need to your recipes." I said, "I do not mind giving anybody a recipe, baby. Watch it because at the end of the day, you can do my recipe thing for thing, and it's gonna be your recipe. It's gonna turn out the way you make it because it's the love you put in it, the attention you give it, the desire you have for it, and the passion. I love to cook, so I can give you a recipe, but you may put a little bit more than this, a little less than this, so it's never going to taste the same. Even if you put the exact ingredients in there, maybe it's the way you stir it up. Maybe it depends on the individual person, your individuality, and that is why I don't mind. Ain't none of my recipes a secret. And you have y'all notice how you have some people in life that won't even give you the recipe. Oh no, it's a family secret. Why is it a family secret? Why would you want to keep that to yourself? I don't mind. Then some people give you a recipe and leave a piece of it out. You're not gonna I can give up with the recipe, the ingredient, the instruction, step by step. Hers still not gonna taste like mine.
No, it's gonna taste better.
See? And that's what you're supposed to think. It's one thing. See, you have to have delusion too. Now,
Whatever. But it's funny you say that because at the old office I used to work in, we had a potluck and a guy brought in a pound cake. It was I guess a cream cheese pound cake. And baby, let me tell you, that cake was so good to make you want to slap somebody.
Mm.
Um, I tried that cake and I was like, oh my gosh, can you ask your wife if she'd make me a cake? I'd be more than willing to buy all the ingredients, pay her, whatever. So for years, I would always say it around the holidays. Never happened. And one day I ran into them. Um, this was years later, but I saw her and she was had the chance to tell her myself versus, carrying it through him. And she said, "Okay, well, I'll do what I can." And I was thinking that she was just blowing hot air. Well, I got a phone call and she said, "Hey, when are you available? Because I made the cake." And I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Okay, well, how much?" She's like, "Oh, no, 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 it's nothing. It's my pleasure." So I went, the next day and picked up the cake. And that cake was so good. I said, "Girl, this cake is delicious. Can you do you mind sharing the recipe?" And she said, "Well," and I was like, "Oh Lord, here we go." And she said, "No, it's actually Rosalind Carter, President Jimmy Carter's wife's cake." She said it
Wow.
was Rosalind Carter's cake. She said, "And see over there on the refrigerator, that's the recipe. Her mother had given it to her." And she said, "Well, that's the recipe, but it's not all of the ingredients in there." And I was like, "Are you serious?" I haven't tried the recipe, but it was that recipe, Rosalind Carter. Rosalind Carter's pound cake. But ooh, that thing was so good. It was really, really good. So I don't know. I think maybe because I looked at the recipe and I could taste all of those ingredients in there. So I'm thinking it's just maybe something that she did with the outer crust, maybe put something in the pan ahead of
So she
time.
wouldn't give it to you.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No,
hell.
no. I'm like, what difference does it make? I mean, I just said it up here. If I wanted to gatekeep, I wouldn't even have told you what the cake was.
Unless she was mass producing it and selling it. But if
No,
you,
none of that.
see, you know what? PP had mastered her pound cakes. I'm telling you because I tried them, and people were ordering them. You know, she made a couple of hiccups. She said my mama won. My mama was like, tell her not this one. Nope, this one here, nope. But I love the strawberry one. I love the lemon one. But anyway, so we did a whole video where she not only told me, but we were on live. Everybody saw every inch of it. You have to be willing. That's the only way God's gonna bless you.
That's true.
You know what is the main thing in the Bible that God said? Go out and tell them of my goodness. In the highways and the byways, let them know how good. Tell them the goodness of the Lord. And so anything that is of goodness, he wants you to share. Don't keep it for yourself.
That grinds my gears.
You know, and black folk, we so good at this, and I said this all the time. You can go to somebody's house and they can have a nice living room setting. You be like, oh, where you get this? This is nice. Where you get this from? They're gonna tell you either they ain't got no more, or they're gonna tell you the price was double the price what they actually paid for it. And you're saying to yourself, why are you like that? Because even if I got it, I still won't. It won't look the same way you got it. If I got the same color.
Even though when the lady stopped and asked me about my grass today,
Okay,
I really did not want to tell her. Not because I didn't want to share the information, because the demon troll that lives a door or two away from her, I didn't want him to know the secret. Because I don't like him.
Do you think that's God like?
Not at all.
Do you think God wants you to do that?
Not at all. But that's why I'm human.
Working on it.
And I'm a work in progress, and I try to stay close to the cross. I slip and fall all the time, but I still don't like them.
Look, I have to tell you this. I had to catch myself twice. For one, it was in church when a little boy twice in church. The guy was sitting, it was a guy and his woman was sitting next to me, and the guy, I happened to look, and the guy looked at me, and it's like he rolled his eyes at me. And I did like this. I'm in church. I'm like, and I turned back, and God said, did you just do that in my house? I swear, this is, and I said, oh Lord, I'm sorry. And I turned to the guy and I smiled. I had to repent for that one, but because see, that worldliness is in you, and I'm a working, I really did. Like, who the heck is he looking at? Then I get down in the basement. The little boy he squalls in between my chair and stuff and bumped it hard. And I turned and I said, excuse me. He said, oh, you good? I mean, upward. That grinded my gears. Do you hear me?
No, it didn't, did it?
He talking about, you good? Like, he was accepting my apology, but something he did. So I had to catch that. Then I had a friend that I had ran into, and we were at McDonald's or whatever. And so I don't know why I had gave them $2 to get on the bus, right? Because I don't think, I said, well, here's $2 to get on the bus. So I'm, so he gets on the bus in front of me, and the bus driver said, go ahead. He let everybody go on pay us, right? Nobody has to pay because, I pay off my phone. And I sit down. So now I'm riding there. I was like, I know this Negro want to give me my $2 back that he didn't have to pay. Right? Wait, listen.
Petty.
I know. So listen. I know. In my mind, I'm like, he didn't even turn around and say, well, here's the $2. I don't need it. And then God said, you gave him that $2. So if he had to use it, you wouldn't have had it no way. So once you gave him the $2, that was you releasing it. You don't release it with conditions. And I had to bust out laughing and say, you know what? I mean, I never said anything, but I thought it. And our thoughts are powerful too. And I was like, Lord, you know what? You're right. I gave him that $2.
Confess your sins one to another.
But wasn't it so petty of me to say, I think he should have offered me that $2 back since he didn't use it?
That was very petty.
And God said, I will bless you abundantly, more than that $2. I
Mm.
still ain't got it yet though, but still I know it's coming.
It's in his time.
It is, yeah. So that is why I would do the YouTube of the week. That is why I would do those things. That's why I would offer my platform and say go check people out. Um and I'm a little more cautious. You get what I'm saying? I'm a
Mm-hmm.
little more I'm apprehensive a little bit about it, but it still will not stop me from being able to say to somebody, you know, I really like their channel. Um, some of my successful people is Happy Wife Life, um, Mama, oh my God, I can't remember her. Oh my God, it's so many of them that
How you
I
gonna be
really,
promoting the channel and Kenny, all you can get out is mama?
Mama, yes, yes. So let me tell you, I am so happy about going to church tomorrow,
Me too. I can't wait.
and
I
I've never
can't wait.
really been this way about a church in a long time.
You know what? I'm so happy for you.
Mhm.
I really am. For real, for true.
They actually had this part where they said, go up to somebody, introduce yourself, tell them your name, and ask them why are they here. And so that was so good. I was like,
That was
"Hi,
on Easter Sunday.
yes." They said, "Why are you here?" And everybody, I asked one girl why she was here, baby. She told me why she was here. It took her 10 minutes to tell me why she was there. But I said, "Okay, you go, girl."
Look, I don't know why I'm here. I'm just a hot mess. I need help.
When she finished, she took 10 minutes. By the time she finished, she said, "Why you here?" I said, "I guess to listen to you."
Look, was it a Catholic church? And y'all get the little sippy sip, little wine
No,
tasting.
no, they didn't do. I don't even know what denomination this church is. I don't. All I know is it's a loving, carefree. It reminds me of like the
Probably
flower
not the
children.
denominational.
Yeah, it reminds me like the flower children in the '60s, just carefree, barefoot with flowers in our hands. You know, flower. That's what it reminds me of.
As long as they ain't puff passing in church.
That would make it really the best church in the world. My God, I would be there, the first one there every Sunday.
Mm,
Hallelujah.
mm.
Yeah,
Ah,
but I really like it. I'm excited. Um, that young man preaches about. You saw the clip where the pastor called me the clapback king, right?
mm-hmm.
Where did he get that from?
You told them.
Yes, I did.
I'm known. I'm
Yeah,
known as the clapback king.
yeah. No, I was telling him that because he was asking me what was my YouTube channel, and I had to tell him, look, they call me the clapback king, and I don't think that's something, give me a couple months before you watch because I'm trying to change it, the direction that I'm going in. So I have been not really trying to cuss as much. You know what? I still talk a little now. I told earlier today. I said I had big penis problems, and I can't believe it. You must have missed that one. Um,
Thank God. Don't nobody want to hear about that situation.
well, you guys, I did book a show for August the 26th. Clean comedy, first lady of a church. It's her 60th birthday party, and she wants me to do 5 minutes of comedy. So I can't cuss.
You better start practicing now.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I can, I don't cuss like people think I do. Do I? When you and I talk offline, do I cuss a lot?
All the time.
You a damn
All
lie.
the
No,
time.
you a damn lie. No, oh,
No. Yep. Cause all the time.
well, I'm really trying to stop that. I'm really trying not to cuss as much. But I grew up in a house full of, baby, my mom and daddy and my grandmama, they cuss so good. That's why when I would hear little kids try to cuss or people
Mhm.
cuss and they can't cuss right, I have to laugh because we were some professional cussers. Baby, my mama had a PhD, a doctorate. And she could call you a B, the B word, and you felt like a bee in your soul.
Mm.
I'm just, that's just how penetrating and powerful it was. But as sure as she used those words to cuss people out, she could use it and people loved it to lift them up as well. You know, I didn't come from a church going. My grandmother went to the Catholic church, but I think she went for the free coffee and donuts, you know. My grandmother watched church off of TV. Oral Roberts was her man.
Mm.
My mama just sent us to church because she was always hungover on Saturdays. She just look, she just glad we was out the house for that little time on Sunday. They gave her some rest of her time. So she would
Mm.
send us with our great grandmother who picked us up faithfully every Sunday. And that's where the church come from, my great grandmother. And I'm glad I grew up Catholic because it showed me a side where the church helped us more than we helped the church.
Mm.
And as I got older and I got into the gospel plays and the sanctified and the Baptist and Roland was my cousin Roland, who y'all, and what's today? Today be the 12th. Today is his baby sister's birthday. My little cousin be 56 today. Yeah, she'll be 56 on today, well, in a few hours, she'll be 56. But Roland left the Catholic Church first and went and was singing, and we could not believe that boy had that much gospel in him. And so I'm glad I was able to see all them sides of the church that makes this church that I'm at so perfect because it's a mixture of all of them.
Mm.
The good parts of it. Like they don't even pass a collection plate. When you fill out, everybody has a card.
They
You fill
don't
out
have a building fund.
nope, none of that. But all they say is this: when you put your card in the box for a special prayer, if you want to donate something, do something, and they put up there the cash app and all of that. That's the only thing they say about it. Nothing.
Mm.
Ain't no ushers passing nothing around. I like that about church because it's letting us know that that's not the main objective, and I love that. I love that about that.
So do you think it would change if let's just say everybody was being selfish that day or just forgot or whatever the case may be, but there was no donations or there were low donations? I guarantee it would change.
What I don't think it would.
You don't think so?
The type of church that is. I don't think it will because their main objective is trying to show God love, how much they love the Lord, and that God will bring you through everything.
Even if them lights get turned off.
Listen, that part, God makes a way. God, listen, he just said they had $100,000 donation, $100,000 donation for their, it's a program of young leaders. I don't know if they're trying to become pastors or whatever it is. So they got people. See, this is one thing I like about certain churches. They don't go to the people. They go outside of that to other entities. So they'll be able to help the people that's in the church. If you taking everything from the people in the church, how can they be helped? That's the one thing I give the Catholic Church. When I volunteered for the soup kitchen, they got paid $1 for every person they fed, and we had a soup kitchen 7 days a week, 6 days a week, not on Sunday. I worked on Mondays, and we fed a good 400 to 450 people on that day.
Hmm.
And the food was donated. Sometimes Miss Jones, the older lady, would go in her pocket, or if it was certain things, certain ingredients that we wanted, we would buy those ingredients. But other than that, that was us helping the people. See, the church is supposed to help the people more than the people.
Excuse
What's
me.
the story about the one lady that God refused her? She was giving her last, and he refused it.
Hmm.
Talking about you get the eye of a needle, a camel, or whatever that part.
Yeah, I heard
Um,
it. I can't quote you the story. I don't know all of them. I'm not
I
even
don't
gonna
know
sit
all
here and
either, but
pretend that I do.
Now, see what it is though, that's gonna make you go and look and find it
Exactly.
and now know what it is. Um, I was telling somebody, they have the Bible quiz. You ever see the Bible quiz where they ask you the questions?
Hmm.
What's the first book in the Bible? Who was the one that
Hmm.
portrayed Jesus and, three times? Blah blah blah. And I get all the answers right. Now I can't
Okay.
go right to where the story that, but I know it when I hear it.
Hmm.
And I always say this: if I would have been Lot's wife,
Hmm.
because I'm nosy, and
Hmm.
I would have turned and looked back. You tell me what not. I would have turned and looked back and would have been a pillar of salt right next to it.
Hmm.
And now I try to. I was thinking about this today, which is so ironic. I said, "Oh my God, I would have been." I was doing the quiz. I said, "I would have been Lot's wife." What is Lot's wife name? I never knew her name. I just know her as Lot's wife. But
Hmm.
I got to figure that out too. But I would have
You and I
turned right
both.
around with her and looked back, and we both would have been pillar of salt. They would have been putting me in some potato salad on some greens because I would have been salt. And so, but God said, even in your life, don't look back. This is what I got out of it. You looking back. When it come to my mama, I'm looking back at what I don't have anymore. I'm looking back at what somebody did to you, what somebody said about you. You keep looking back. Stop looking back, because if you look back, you're gonna get stuck. You're gonna get stuck. Like that pillow salt. Look where you going. Look where you at right now. Look what I've done. Look what I brought you out of. Don't keep looking back. Because a lot of times when we look back, we don't look back for good stuff. We look back at the negative stuff that has happened, what somebody said. You notice we will be upset with somebody about some stuff they didn't say. You kind of, not to go into what you said you couldn't believe you still felt that type of way about something that happened so long ago.
Hmm.
That's us looking back, being that pillar of salt.
Hot as fish grease. Okay.
Right. Right. That Do you think that's just human? That's just the human part of us to feel that way.
Mm. I still have a ways to go. Absolutely. That's the human experience. I mean, what would make me hot and keep me hot as fish grease for years to come? For you, it may be something simple to get over, but
Mm.
that's the beauty of the differences that we all bring to the table. But I don't know. There's some things that I just cannot, and on my own. I mean, I'm open to God to allow God to use me, even in my unwillingness to easily forgive. I'm willing to forgive. I'll say like this. I go to the altar, not every single altar call. That annoys me.
Yeah.
um some people do. It's like, okay, you ever heard of the Tower of Babel? Like, that's what I feel like. If I were to continuously go, I'm just babbling. Am I trusting God? Or
Yeah, you
am
didn't
I?
get it last Sunday, but yeah, go ahead.
Right, right. So what I envision is that whatever the issue is, let's just make this bag of pistachios a bag of garbage. So whatever the issue is, when I go to the altar, mentally or spiritually putting this garbage that I'm harboring in my heart into this bag. I'm leaving it at the altar. I'm praying, and God hears my cry, and I'm leaving it there because I'm trusting that he heard me, and in his time he's gonna honor it. You know, somehow, some way he'll give me a sign. And that has literally happened to me before, where I prayed going into church or before I got to church, and I'm like, Lord, just give me, because right now I don't know if you hear me, but just give me a sign that what I'm asking you for, what I'm crying out to you about, that you hear me at least, because I
Mm,
really don't know. Unless, back then, all I would do was go get my little baby. And baby, when I tell you, she would pray me right on through it. But, I wanted to know from him. And sure enough, when I got to church, that preacher was preaching and he was saying things that he has no idea what he's saying. But because I know the conversation I had with God, when I heard those things, I was like, okay, Lord, I got it. And then somebody else gets up, whether they're making the morning announcements or, another part of the sermon or the service. They may have said something that is in response to my plea. So
Mhm.
I don't know. But this, there are some things that have just been difficult in life to let go of. And I know I have to, but it's somehow, some way, and I was using the garbage bag. Somehow, some way, at some point, it's like, okay, Lord, I got it. I forgive them. And then maybe about a week or two later, I'll have an interaction or communication. Oh, everything that I put in that garbage bag, I done picked it right back up, and I'm burdened and bogged down with it. I'm ruminating over everything. And it's like, how on earth do I really, really forgive? That honestly, to this very day, that is the one thing that I struggle with. True forgiveness. And I know I can't, I'm somewhat seasoned, and that's something that's been a struggle for me. So I can only imagine that I'm not the only one who's experienced this. Can't be.
Look, trust me. There's stuff look, there's times I've been sitting here and I'll think of something and I'll be upset with my mom about it.
Hmm.
I literally like, why you didn't do this? I mean, I talked to her and oh my God, I can't. And I go, oh, and then I have to go, this woman is gone. I know you ain't up, but it's so much easier to let that go because she's not here now and go. But I still be like, Mama, what God, if you just had her. And um, there's a couple of things, as you know, that I struggle with a lot when it comes to forgiving. And I was walking down the street today and I was just thinking of something. And I was like, God, I wasn't there. And I think it was other people's doing that helped that. And Lord, please take it out of me. And I don't think that it will ever come out of me. The feeling.
Hmm.
The feeling will never, what I feel about it may change, but the feeling will never go away, if that makes sense.
I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm processing it.
I have accepted the feeling that I have, and
Hmm.
I ain't mad about it no more, but the feeling is there.
Hmm.
Um, and then I have to go to this that how can I expect God to forgive me for my shortcomings and the things that I've done that's been ungodlike if I'm not willing to do that for somebody else that does it?
Hmm.
Because I read something in the Bible that said that the unrighteous, the unforgivers, the people that brag and boast are the ones that will get the short end of the stick.
Hmm.
The ones that he's not even gonna look at twice. But
Yeah.
those ones that's honest and that are true and are real and are forgiving and are humble and one is, oh my God, I read this part. It says, when somebody do you wrong, kill them with kindness. When somebody talk about you, bless them. And I was like, why am I reading this? Because I've been just going through things like that. Don't go tick for tat with nobody. Don't go toe to toe. It's hard to do that. See, it's like, why is it the things that is the right thing to do is the hardest thing to do?
Because of pride.
Oh, somebody cuss you out, you don't cuss them back out. You pray for them.
Hmm.
Somebody steal from you, you give them a couple more dollars.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus.
How many of us? And come on, somebody,
Mm-mm.
you done found out somebody done stole $100 out your purse, wherever, however.
And they looking, sitting there looking at you dead in your eye.
And then God says to you, would you not don't cuss them out? Don't give them 10 more dollars. Tell them they can have that $100 because they might have needed and pray for them.
Mm.
Oh, Jesus. What my wife say, April said, I feel that it is hard. Come on, they done took your money.
What she say?
She said, I feel that, Mike. It is hard. Yes, it's
Yeah.
hard. Baby, you done took some money from me. Now I got to forgive you. And God want me to give you a couple extra dollars.
Mm. Look, it's conditional. Look, how about
And,
I could just forgive? I don't give them nothing.
and you got to give him a hug and a kiss and say,
Mm.
I understand, my brother. It's going to be all right.
Mm. Yeah.
April said, God, you working on me because I cannot right now. Listen, I have really, I'm talking about the little things. The way that I take that somebody's saying I roll my eyes, somebody look at me and roll that. Now I'm giving you that back. And God say, stop that. Don't know. Ain't you trying to have a little closer walk with me? You can't be like that. You
Yeah.
can't give them what. Today I was sitting at the thing. The girl walked up and she just looked. And I said, how you doing? And she never said a word, but she was just looking at. And I just turned my head. God said, don't even say nothing. Now, normally I'd be like, what the hell is you looking at? I mean, not that way. I mean, because it was just. And I'm finding out it's easier. Less confrontation. I ain't into it with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessary into it because I'm allowing what somebody else is feeling to interrupt me and interrupt my day when my day was going fine.
But
And
it's I think it's normal to respond that way, but sometimes, when the spirit quickens us and just, slaps you around a little bit, you get convicted. I think at that moment when you accept, like, yeah, Lord, I was wrong. And sometimes just to say I'm sorry, it's okay, and I think one of the things that I think is pretty common is like when we go to the grocery store, you could be in the best spirit, skipping around the grocery store, filling up your basket. You can't wait to get to the register and get on out. The lines are short, but then you got the cashier there that's, you're like, hi, how are you? That's so me, right? I'm like, how are you? You having a good, how are you today? Fine. Hi. Bye. No, and they're just so cold. It's like, gee, okay, are you having a good day today? No. Or yes. But, I used to take that stuff personal, like, oh, it's me. But maturity has shown me that, it could be that person, maybe they just had a bad phone call or something that happened at home. Just got some bad news, and they're just trying to make it through their last couple of hours. We never know what the next person is going through. And I mean, it sounds kind of cliche, always show kindness, because you just never know. I think, and especially now in the world we're in, with things going the way that they are, from the racial tensions to, I mean, I don't know if y'all saw that now they're getting ready to start the draft for the guys. That's like starting as we speak. And
wait,
I'm
just
like,
the guys, not the girls too?
well, I know there was some mention of the girls, but I know for sure.
You gonna keep it equal opportunity because they've
Wh-
been fighting for equal all this
Whatever,
long.
dude.
Huh?
Whatever. Whatever. Look, y'all can lead. Go on and lead.
Hey, simply, Ramona. How you doing? Say the Bible said, don't pay evil with evil. Instead, pray for them. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So yes, they're bringing back the.
The
I
draft.
thank God I'm past it and I'm too old because I
Yeah.
can remember when I turned 18 when it was automatic and do you know they called me and was like, look, you have not registered. I was like, I can't. Then it was like they sent the letter saying if you don't register, you can go to jail. I was like, what? And my mama had to say, boy, listen, register. You the only boy. They'll take the youngest boy before they take you. You the last one on the totem pole. I don't think they ever will even take you by you being the only son. Because you know the only son is the last one to go.
Hmm.
The youngest son will go. They would take the youngest son before they take the
Wow.
only son. And I love that. And so I signed up and I was never really worried. And then
Yeah.
plus I'm flat-footed. Ain't that another criteria? You can't go if you're flat-footed?
It's all kind of criteria.
I'm
Colorblind, you name it.
I think me liking the fellow soldiers might not have helped me either.
But depending on which era you're talking about,
Yeah, okay.
who
The
was
don't
leading.
ask, was it the don't ask, don't tell era?
Mhm. Clinton.
I like that one. Look, I guess Clinton didn't want nobody to tell what he was doing in the Oval Office.
Baby. Goodness.
He
Not
told
well.
Monica, he said,
Let me. Mm.
Monica said, don't ask, I won't tell. Somebody
Mm.
who eventually did tell? Did Monica tell? Oh,
I
she
think
told
she
that
did.
lady.
The
She told that
dress.
white lady
She
that
brought
was
that dress out.
look,
Ooh,
she told the white lady that was recording her. What was that? It's all so you gotta be careful who you talk to.
I don't remember that. That was years ago.
Simply says, I'm a work progress because if someone do evil to me, I want someone to feel the same way I
Hmm.
felt her. I know, yeah, that is true. That is true. Uh, it was a disability. I know I need deliverance. I'm a work in progress. God is working on me. Right, Ramona? Hey, girl. Listen, y'all. It ain't easy. And we're gonna always fall short every day. I know, even just thinking. Because listen, I don't think there's ever gonna be a time somebody do me wrong. That in my mind, I ain't gonna say this bitch in my mind.
You might as
Do
well,
I
if
mean
it's in your
church?
mind, you might as well say it out your mouth.
No, I'm saying I pray to God I get to a point where I don't do that. I'm at a point now that I won't say it. And
Yeah,
I'll do the right thing.
that's a bonus. That's good.
I'll do the right thing. But Lord knows, Mike, why can't Upward see the chat? I hate that. I don't know why. If she was watching on her other phone, she could.
Oh, I would have to have it set up like right
Yeah,
here on the
yeah.
iPad. Let me see. I think if I could, it's something I can see. I better hit something if I get lost or whatever.
No, you could. Oh, you know what? You really could.
Really
You really
could.
could. Oh God, you can go into live chat, but we still should be able to see you.
Child, I done hit something I can't even get back.
You back.
I did it! Yeah. Yeah, I'm not touching it.
Y'all know I gotta stop eating so much. So let me tell y'all. I was having chest pains earlier. Anybody that watched the last video, y'all saw. I literally didn't know what was going on, so I called up. I called Upward and I said, "Hey," she said, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "I'm a little scared." I said, "Something ain't right." By the time I finished, I was talking about going live. She said, "Wait, you're not going to emergency?" I was like, "No." She's like, I said, "But God." Then she said I was mental. Oh my God. That is when she could have turned that other cheek and gave me words of encouragement.
Child, look, I just got off the lawnmower and holding the weed eater, and I had to change the string 11 times. Child, are you serious?
That's why when God send you a Boaz, when he send you a Boaz, see, I don't, when he send you a Boaz, I want one, but I don't want the bow. I just want the other part. Now let me stop. I'm going to hell in the handbag.
With gasoline draws.
I don't need the bow part, but you can give me the last part, Lord. I'll take that. Do you
I
think
don't
I should
know.
do? You think I should do that church and that joke in church? I don't need the
No.
both part, but just give me the last. I think that'd be funny because people are open.
Mm-mm. That's
Yeah,
that's trashy.
listen, we have some trashy people in church.
You're right. You are so right.
Come on, somebody. Let's
You
keep
are
it
right
real. Let's
about
keep it
that.
100.
Oh my gosh. It's some of the conversations I have heard. Look, I went over my 1 year anniversary on Easter Sunday, so at my
Wait,
new
okay, did they
church.
announce you? Did they have you stand up? Did they applaud? Because that's what you wanted. Did you get all that?
Hold up.
Come on.
No, no. I didn't even realize it until like later in the week. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been there for 1 year. I joined Easter Sunday of last year.
Remember, I was on the phone with you when you realized it. Did you forget that? You said, "Well, I gotta let them know. I got to tell the church." I was like, "Oh, you want that? You want that?
No,
You
look,
wanted the
Alpha.
accolades."
What? No, you did. See, ugh, bringing out my violent tendency.
Oh, wait, this is what I want to know. So the next Sunday, did they have you stand up? Did they give you a
Look, see,
congratulations?
you lucky we not on the phone, cause I tell you to hold on right now. Hold on. Somebody want to talk to you, and you're gonna be like, who? I'm gonna be like, dial who? Dial tone, bye, click.
Look, look, okay, you got me side eyeing you right now. Okay,
Oh, you use that so eloquently. Okay. All
yeah, I'm
right.
tired of this story you about to tell. Go ahead, finish the story, bro.
See, what had happened was there was this carpet that just flew through the air, and this guy was on there. And see, what he had said to me was that, hey, I can make that wish of yours come true because you've been a member for 1 year now.
Okay.
And then let me stop. Let me
Uh,
stop.
wait, April says, don't do that in church. It ain't about the people. Listen, I'll just be the tickle myself. Like, how you look at people with the side eye?
Mm.
Look, tell us that. What you say? Huh? You gotta have like a crook in your neck. Huh?
Right, right. Yeah,
What the hell?
exactly.
Wait, what?
I'm telling
Yeah.
you. That is
Oh.
that phrase is so
uh,
common and everyday. I've heard it more in 2026 than I have in probably the last 10 years.
Listen, did you see me? I tagged you in it on Facebook.
I
When
got it.
somebody said it, and they was like, I'm side eyeing this, and I was like, oh my! But I have heard it so much in my life, so I was so shocked that was such the word of the day,
Well,
and it was so funny. But yeah, yeah.
yeah. So anywho, um,
Let me tell you this. Did I tell you that I cussed in church to the pastor by mistake?
I don't know. I think you did. I don't
Uh,
know. It doesn't surprise me. Was it really a mistake?
yes, and he was like, you special, Michael. You very special." What do you mean by that?
Just what he said. You special, special.
I said, look, I had to, he laughed. I said, Pastor, I'm sorry. I said, I'm working now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Look, he just the pastor. He ain't Jesus.
I know, but I'm just saying he's a representative. He's a
Well, we
representative.
all are. We all are made in his image.
Yeah, then he gonna pack. Oh, nothing. I was okay. I should have cracked jokes that I shouldn't be cracking. But anyway, so look, we both get you going to church in the morning, right?
I sure most certainly am.
Our church starts at the same time.
Hmm.
What is your church denomination?
It's non-denominational, but how would I describe it? It's non-denominational, but it's kind of um I can't even think of the word. I know what I want to say. It's almost
Freemason,
like a Pentecostal a little bit.
Pentecostal.
It's got a Pentecostal
I,
Baptist kind of flavor to it. Yeah. I mean,
Fantasia,
we just free. If you want to get up and
Fantasia and her mama, they're Pentecostal. So
I
that I
believe it. Yeah, because they get up and they shout just like Fantasia. I'm not one of those shouters. I'm one of the cool Christians, because I do feel the spirit sitting in church, but I'm not one of your loud and hooping and hollering. That's not me. But
I'm
when
a
I feel the spirit,
uh-huh.
I start to cry, and I don't like people to see me cry. So you
You
know,
still worried about the people? You should be into God about it. You ain't worried about the
look,
people.
look. Don't you? Are you judging?
No, no, no. I'm just saying. Let me tell you what I am.
Oh, I
I am a you better preach, Pastor. Hallelujah. And I might get up and jump up and down, but I ain't finna go into no whole throwing out dance.
would you
And
run? Would you take laps around the church? That's
I
all
ain't
I
gonna
want
take
to
that
know.
brother too, but I'll go up and down. I'll walk up and down. Because first of all, I got COPD and I got asthma. I've been fell out halfway around the church. That's why I ain't gonna run. Second of all, I am I close my eyes and I concentrate on God. And I talk to him and everything else becomes obsolete. I don't even
So the rest of us are heathens. Is that what you're
no,
implying?
I'm saying I
Mm-hmm.
block out
Mm-hmm.
everything else and I concentrate on what my
Mm-hmm.
mission is. And
Mm-hmm.
what my thing is to give him the glory when I'm in church. So I don't worry about nobody else in church. They all disappear and it's just me and him. Uh, April said it was all about the passage where he called you the clapback king. Yes, he did. Simple Ramona said, how about speaking in tongues? Listen,
Mm.
I don't, people always say, to catch the Holy Ghost. You don't catch the Holy Ghost. You don't catch it. It catches you. It's in you. Let me give y'all a story. I was in New York at the Beacon Theater doing a play. And I was telling them, because here I was Catholic, we
Mm.
didn't believe in the Holy Ghost. And I kept telling them, I said, you know what? It's amazing how y'all catch the Holy Ghost. As soon as the music stopped, the Holy Ghost stopped. I don't believe in none of that. Y'all scooping and hollering, but when that music stopped, y'all come on down. If it was in you, still, you'll keep going. So I get on stage, and every night I'm supposed to act like I didn't caught the Holy Ghost. And so and one night I said, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna let them really think I got it. And baby, the scene was over. I was like, thank you, Jehovah. Look, I went to talking, I was jumping. Even off stage, I kept screaming. The audience could hear me. The audience was going in. Baby, it was so high in there. And I was crying. And baby, you could not tell me. Baby, and the cast got around. They was like, let them use you, baby. Look, they was just going there. I was like, I'm just playing and walked away. Oh
Oh,
my
you
God. Wait,
heathen.
listen. When I did that, Sister Stacy, she's a pastor now. She said, you know what? You gonna mess around? Because baby, her eyes was red. I mean, from them they all had caught it off of me playing with it. So, so she said, baby, it's gonna catch you one day, and that thing ain't gonna let you go. And I was like, yeah, because it's all fake. That was my thing. Do you know we were in Jacksonville, Florida, and I closed my eyes, coming to my life, Lord. Thank you. Next thing I know, my eyes was closed, but I still could see some light. Oh, that thing lifted me, and I ran through it. Listen, I forgot I was on stage. Baby, I had never played with that thing ever again in my life because it snatched me on up. Like she said, it took me 2 scenes to come down.
Mm.
Oh my God, So she was right about that. It snatched me up, and I ain't played with it since. Um,
Wow. That's a good thing.
yes. April says when you get into the real spirit, you don't care about the people around you because uh
Mhm.
people around you because again, it's not about the people. Come on, somebody.
But
Um,
I would agree with that. But I had a situation, if I may.
Go ahead.
I was dealing with I was actually in Japan during this time, and it was a difficult work schedule, and it was just all kind of crazy, and there was no break, no nothing for several weeks. And um I remember I was just so upset about it or whatever. And anyway, long story short, I had to, go and discuss with my leadership about it. And I was kind of nervous and intimidated because you got like these powerhouses in there. And then there's little old me with, my whole list of why this is inappropriate. So, and yeah, y'all are missing a lot of details, but that's the gist of it. So I went in and I had to talk with them, and they were not seeing where I was coming from. So I had to let them know, as a professional courtesy, hey, I'm elevating it. And I was even more intimidated because I'm like, ooh, what are they gonna say? I did elevate it. And when I did elevate it and I had, my list of complaints and my observations as to why I felt, things were not right. So when I shared it with the upper management, they asked me, well, how were you able to do what you're supposed to do and make it through? And I said, I kept my held on to my faith and I just prayed about it. And it was like almost like I unleashed a secret society or something, because this person was a believer as well. So we, before you know it, we were in there talking about God more so than the problem, because that was the solution.
Mm.
And because I felt heard and validated when I was leaving, I was like blown away. And I was in my car. I was driving back to the office. They told me, just go back to the office. We knew that in that office there were problems, but it's just like, on the in the civilian world, unless you come out of your home and identify that there are problems, police just can't just go up in there. So now that you've done what you needed to do, now we can do what we need to do. So I'm like, okay. So I went back to work, did what I was supposed to, and they kept their promise. They did address the issues. But in the midst of me driving back to the office, I'm thanking God, thanking God, thanking God. And I'm driving, and I mean, I felt a rush of emotion, tears. You have it. It just took over. And I'm like, I couldn't even control it, but I'm still driving. And I thought I was, like part of me is aware of what's happening. The other part is I can't control it. And I just kept thanking God. And that was when I received the what is the gift of tongues. And for me, it's like the fleshy side of me was thinking, it was doubting, because I always thought it had to happen in front of the church with all the witnesses and all this, big commotion. I'm actually glad, that it happened for me, the way that it did. Um, I don't know, but everybody's experience is different. So, hmm,
Well, I know one time when I was at this other church. This was after the first time, and I was just rocking to the music. I was feeling it, and my stomach started, rumbling, and
sound
I
like
was
you're
sweating.
gas.
I was sweating and stuff, and so I jumped up and I raised my hand and I boo booed on myself. I thought that was just
Sound like you had gas.
what? Don't tell me this. No, but yeah, there. You don't know where it's gonna hit you. I tell you, I was in the grocery store and it hit me one time. And the people looked at me like I was crazy, and I did not care. I
Mm-hmm.
did not. You don't care, because in His Word He say, if you are embarrassed to what is that saying? If you deny me in front of people, then when you before Him. What's
Mm-hmm.
that? Oh, come on, somebody help me with that one.
You said it right.
If you deny me before in the world, then what? Come on, then
You
I
said
won't
it
know
right.
you when you get here. Come.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know me there, then I'm not gonna know you when you get here.
Right.
In so many words.
Right.
Come on. And so I am, and I think that that's why it bothered me so much when it came to my family member and that video. And I was like, oh my God. I felt sick.
Oh, I was like, yeah,
The,
now you're talking.
the one I sent you, I felt
Mhm.
sick. I mean, literally sick. And I was like, I loved God, but that to bother me as much as it did, for me not to even, I can't reach out, I can't say anything. And it's not that I don't love them, because that would be against everything God stands for. But it hurt my heart to hear Jesus call those names like that.
But, but, um, I guess the thing is that we to know better for us to know better is to do better, and not only that, we're in a position when you realize that that's not right. I mean, and you think about when Jesus was on the cross, he was
Mhm.
called some of those very same names, if not worse.
Yeah.
He endured far greater. Um, Symbolically, what the individual was saying, she was doing the same exact thing that was done to Christ on the cross. But
So you
for
saying this like she was talking like she was on Calvary.
yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Crucify him, crucify him. Give us
exactly.
give us Barabbas. Take Jesus.
Exactly. But all we are to do is to pray for them. I mean, he will fight that battle. That's not our battle to fight. I mean, yeah, we mourn that witnessing it, but it's not our battle to fight. We could pray.
Um,
We fight in the spiritual realm, not earthly.
April says, if you deny me in front of your people, I will deny you before my Father. Come on, somebody. Yes. Yes. For there are many mansions in my Father's house.
Mm.
What's the rest of it?
Are you quizzing me?
Yeah. For there are many mansions in
Look,
my Father's house.
I told you I don't know everything. I've heard it. I'm very familiar with it. To quote it, I know I can't do that.
Well, I wasn't questioning you. I just didn't remember the other part about somehow.
Well, I don't either.
But the only way you can get there is by through me. Something to that effect. Okay, y'all. See, I gotta read my Bible more, but at least y'all know
Yeah, we
I'm in it.
both do.
At least y'all know I'm in it. I know a little bit more than most. And if it weren't so, I would not have told you. Uh,
Hmm?
Come on, there are many mansions in my father's house. If it were not so, I would not have said. I would not have told you. That is so. I can't believe I forgot that part. Uh, Before my Father in heaven. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. We all gotta go that way. And I think since I turned 57, I'm closer to the other side than I was before. I'm closer to getting there than I was before. And I just looked at somebody, they died in 1971. I was like, oh my God, they was only 55. And here I am 57. So it makes you thank God even more for the couple of extra years. And I was telling you that, God told me 113.
Mm-hmm.
130. A lot of y'all won't be here, so y'all won't even know if I made it or not. But I'm just telling y'all, I'm gonna live to 113.
I'm so happy for you.
No one comes to the Father except through me. You come on, April. Come on, wife. See, we equally yoked. Me and April are equally yoked.
Are you?
We equally yoked, baby.
Okay now.
Come
Oh.
on. You can't be with somebody if y'all ain't equally. How do you know when you equally yoked with somebody?
Mm.
Is there a formula?
Synchronicity.
Secret? Oh, come on. Ding, 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 ding. The word of the day is synchronicity.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I always said, are you? Yes, she did she? Are you
Oh.
equally yoked? Um, yes, equally yoked. How do you know when you equally yoked with somebody? You said synchronicity. Equally yoked when it comes to the word.
Well, you feed where you're weak, they're strong, and vice versa. I mean, like with the verses, there may be some verses I may know, or your spouse may know, and you may not know, or you may know it but not understand it. A lot of people know stuff but don't understand it.
Or both of y'all take all things, all problems to Christ, to God.
Mm-hmm. Pray together.
Pray together.
Yep.
Oh my God. Yes, you know what? I'd rather have somebody I'm equally yoked with than anything else. To where, I had some friends that didn't want to go to church on Sundays.
Mhm.
And I just could not. It just, I'd get up getting dressed and they laying there. And I was like, that's when you call unequal. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? If you don't feel what I feel, and if I gotta make you go, it still ain't the same. You
Yeah.
need somebody that when y'all in the midst of an argument, they be like, hold up, baby, come on, let's get down on our knees and pray.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, we're gonna ask God to fix this. This is too hard for us. Let's take this to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, two people can't be equally yoked if they're going in two different directions. Come on, somebody.
Yeah.
Yes, I my most of I always tell you that I would love to be in a relationship. I would love, but my most important one is a relationship with God. That's the one I'm trying to get
Mhm.
right. If
This
none
is
other,
true.
if I never have another relationship with nobody else, which I'm hoping I do, but if I work on the relationship with Him, then everything else will
Be
fall
added.
right into
That's right.
place.
That's the word.
Everything else will fall right into place, and you know, He's a God of decency and in order,
Mm-hmm.
a timely God, an on-time God. He knows what's going to happen before it happens. He already knows what's our destiny. Sharing the same core faith, values, and life directions, allowing a couple to walk together rather than pulling in different directions. Come
Yeah.
on, April says, right, Ramon? Yes, yes.
And that I don't think it's just limited to a intimate relationship. I think it's for me. I'll speak for myself. And that was something I recently um came to terms with, that any relationship I have, friendships, family, if we are not equally yoked, meaning at least for starters, you know, be able to stand in the same arena spiritually, then, you know, that just lets you know, okay, well, we gonna have some problems, some situations and circumstances. And I mean, but that comes with any and everybody, but how it's dealt with makes all the difference. And when you're dealing with someone, friendships, any relationships, and there's a differences, you can you have a source to go to, and both of you are willing to go and work it out that way. I mean, it just makes it so much easier. You have hope, I guess, for lack of better words. You have hope that, okay, well, I right now I'm mad at you, CMA, and I can't want to pray about it, but give me a minute or so, I'll be able to go and pray about it and take it to God, and we'll let God work it out, you know?
Are you subliminally trying to tell me something?
You want me to? I don't know. Last minute, I just thought of, okay, well, see, May. Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't mean anything by it.
Simon said, no, it's not just intimately, right? Why when I hear that word yoked, I think of eggs, right? Ramona's so silly.
So she
Um,
hungry.
I'll tell you this: some of our best conversations have been in deep conversations is when we're talking about things like this. You know,
Yeah.
all the other stuff we talk about is good, but I'm talking when I really
Mhm.
feel stimulated in a conversation, it's
Yeah.
when it's when we're seeing something God didn't did for us or where we trying to go. That, as far as a relationship is, I'm talking about even in the friendship is where I'm most stimulated.
Those are the most enjoyable conversations for
Mhm,
me. Yes.
mhm.
The most enjoyable where it's like you said, it's the most stimulating. Um, yeah.
I was outside on my way to the Eastern Market, and the guy said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm blessed." He said, "Oh, that's the way to be." And our whole rest of the conversation was about God, and we just talked and talked and talked. And he talked about losing his mom, and I said, "Ain't that something?" And I said, "Oh, I mean, it was just." I was like, "Look at God, look at God. God knew right would have put us to right at that moment because
Hmm.
it was some things I said." Here, y'all know what I go through about my mom, but here I'm encouraging somebody else about losing their mom. Come on, somebody, which helped encourage me about my mama. Because if I can tell him to do that, why can't I do it? Come on. It's amazing how God will, you just got to let him. You have to let him. And, you know, it ain't going to be all a bed of roses, everything. You ain't going to always say the right thing. You ain't going to always do the right thing. You're going to slip back and say some stuff. And you're going to have to go to God and say, Lord, I'm sorry. You know, I even go to God and apologize to him for what I think, what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
Well,
Yes.
I can't believe I even thought like that. Just, I'm sorry. I might not have even said it, but the fact that I even thought, I wish this bee was dead, or I wish this, or
Go
come
on
on,
and
somebody.
testify. Come on, see him, man.
I'm serious. I ain't the only one that wish somebody wasn't here before, and wish,
Yes, look,
and
I'm
you have,
guilty.
and you gotta
Lord
say,
knows.
and you gotta say, God, I'm sorry for me. Even
Forgive me, Lord.
forgive me. Am I lying?
Mm-mm. Look, I have to do it every day,
Mhm.
daily, daily. And if I'm not careful, it could easily be hourly. It just depends on how much I let an issue consume me. So I'm intentional as to not have to do that. And that's only through the grace of God.
Mhm.
Seriously.
Yes. Wow. Um,
Actually, it's a couple of people that I could feel that way about. Like, Lord, just take it from me, please, please.
I've thought that way about a couple of family members, some friends. I mean, I'm just, mm.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some people that thought that about me.
Look,
Probably,
ain't none of my business.
look, but you know, thank God, God knows. You know, God bless me for my intentions, my
Yeah.
good intention. And you know what? You have some people that stay in that same place, unlike some people that go to church and trying to change and trying to, you know, feel their way the right. You know, it's always going to be people that remind you of who you was and what you did. But you know, you better stop doing that and worry about who I'm becoming. Stop worrying about who I was and worry about who I'm becoming because baby, that's the person you can't deal with.
Hmm.
When you got God on your side and God is leading you, and you know, people don't understand how you can hold your head up and you can be smiling after everything you done been through.
Hmm.
And they don't understand why you ain't broken, why you ain't walking around with your head down, and how can you still be doing YouTube, or how can you still be smiling?
And thank God you don't look like what you've been through, right?
Come on, somebody.
Hmm.
I heard if you don't forgive people who hurt you, that you see every day, God won't forgive you. Yes. Amen. And I feel the same way. I have to repent. We all are human. God knows our heart. Amen.
Mm,
You're right about that, Ramona. God said, "How can you love me, whom you've never seen, and
yeah,
hate your brothers and sisters whom you see every day?" Oh, come on, somebody.
that's good.
Mhm. Well, you know, I don't see him every day. I close my eyes. Look, Lord, you can Lord, I don't even look at him, Lord. I close no, I'm just
You funny, funny, funny.
God be like, oh, you got jokes? I would tell you this, you ain't gonna see nobody. Now you're blind. Bam. Be like,
Mm,
Lord, look, Jesus. But yeah. Um
a mess.
what April said, hush, Mike. I'm just saying, y'all. But I tell you this, I'm finding more joy seeking him. I'm
Hmm.
finding more joy in my life seeking him than I am when I was just sitting there being stagnant and not just talking about it, not being about it.
Yeah.
I don't worry about a lot. And that is my biggest thing is that I'm worry free. Not that I don't have worries. Come on, somebody. I'm worry free. Does that make sense?
Very much so. Yeah.
I still have things that I could worry about. How am I going to pay this?
Hmm.
How is this going to happen? How this going to come to work out? But I don't worry about it. There's no need to. If I'm really seeking God and loving Him and believe what He says in His Word, that I'll never leave you, I'll never forsake you. And in the midnight hour, I'll give you peace. I got
Hmm.
this. You don't worry, my child. Let it go. If I believe that, then there's no need to. Ain't no need to
I
worry
was just thinking that song.
what tonight is going to bring.
Or Bob Marley.
Come on, it'll be all over in the morning. What? Bob Marley, which one is that one?
Uh, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause
Or,
every little thing's gonna be all right. Yeah.
or Bob
Mm-mm.
McFerrin. Don't worry.
Doo,
Be happy.
doo, doo, doo,
Don't
doo,
worry.
doo, doo,
Be happy.
doo,
Yeah.
doo,
Um,
doo, 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 doo.
yeah, I'm just at that point and my and you know, I will call you and I'll tell you, I'm like sometimes I know you be like, what else could you go through? Or how could you I mean, do you know this happened or this happened? But do you see me harp on it too much? Do I harp on it too much?
Mm-mm. You always say, and I'm not saying it because you're here, but it
Yeah.
because it's true. You always say, I'm not gonna worry. I don't worry about it because I know God's got it. And
Ah,
that's that faith that we
ah.
need to have.
To hear you say it, I said so much, it's so powerful.
Hmm.
And listen, it's so much, it's less stress. I mean, you really see a lot of people say that and don't believe it and don't. I really don't. I lay down and have a good night's sleep. I go get in that bathtub and soak, read a book, read some of the Bible, and I don't think about it no more. And before I know it, I done looked up and it's done worked itself out.
But out of all the things you say, and don't misinterpret this, out of all the things that I've heard you say of a serious nature, that is the one thing that I've heard you say. That is the one thing that I've watched you from the angle, from the lens that I see you through. That is the one thing that you've been consistent, like you always been consistent. Hey, I'm the clapback king. Well, the one consistency is that you always lean on the king and trust in the king of kings. So your little king got a little crown.
But you know what? God will humble you and put you in a place. He put me into a place where I had no choice.
Yeah.
When your best friend can't be found, What's that song? I called on my best friend. There was nowhere around.
Silver and gold.
Silver and gold. Baby, that was where he put me. I'd
Mm,
rather have Jesus than silver. It was nobody else. Nobody but him. On them night, when I had people telling me, don't say nothing. Just don't be like that. And I was feeling all this anger and this frustration and I'm trying to please these people and yet I'm hurting so bad inside.
mhm,
It was nobody but God that said, I got you. I couldn't call my mama, she wasn't here no more. I couldn't call my daddy, he wasn't here no more. I wasn't talking to my siblings. That was the core of my life right there. I had no children. Some of my friends had stabbed me in the back so bad I couldn't trust them. So imagine the place where I was at. So I had nothing,
mhm.
but my nothing was everything because it was him. Come on, somebody. I
I
could
like
feel
that.
it.
That's good.
Woo! I felt like I had nothing, but I had everything and didn't even know.
Mm,
And once I realized that, come on, somebody. And I said, okay, God, okay, here I am, just as I am. Use me. And
mm,
slowly but surely, he's chipping away. He's making me be accountable for some things. And he's making me sit back and go, oh, wait a minute, that wasn't right. Make that right. Oh, right.
Thank
Why
you,
you thinking, why you
Lord.
thinking, why you thinking like that? Take that thought back. Why you roll
Mhm,
your eyes back at them? Stop that. And so now it's easier for me to sit back and not worry because I know he's got it. What can hurt me? If God be for me, who can be against me?
mhm. That's the word. That is
What?
the word.
What? If
But you
God be
know,
for me, who can be? First of all, if I got God on my side, baby, I'm on the winning side.
yeah,
I can't lose.
yeah.
So, oh, baby. Oh, baby, church gonna be so good tomorrow.
I know,
Um,
and I'm just sitting here thinking I could talk and have this
I could too.
conversation all night, but I'm
We gotta
sure
go.
tomorrow it's gonna be on fire.
Look,
Well,
come on,
today,
somebody. Come on, somebody. That's my song. God is all we got because He's the best. Oh, y'all know what? I already see my morning. I am going to get up. I ain't catching the Uber tomorrow. I'm gonna catch the bus tomorrow because I just want to skip it. Well, and I want to save some money. So,
now that's the truth right there.
but baby, I'm gonna take me a bath tonight, and I'm gonna play me some gospel music. I'm setting my alarm clock. I'm matter of fact, I'm one of them late people to get up and figure out what I'm gonna wear in the morning.
And see, I was going to do that, but I can't want to do it because you know what?
What?
I got a feeling I'm going in with expectations, so I don't want to be tardy for the party. You hear
Come
me?
on, somebody.
So
Yes,
no, I got to get it
I'm a,
together times two.
tonight.
Oh, yes,
Me too.
child, yes.
And look,
So
let me tell you, my sister in Christ, what I need you to do. Wash them braids tonight, okay? No, I'm just messing with you.
I can't stand you. You hear me?
Okay, I'm just playing. Oh,
Mm.
okay, y'all. I hope my church doesn't start till noon. Well, mine start at 10. Upward start
Who
at 10.
goes at at noon?
Look, that's lunchtime.
Right, we coming out.
Well,
Oh,
I'm used.
do they do the building where they share the building? Is that why?
Oh, probably. I don't know. Well, I know most churches start at 11, the normal ones.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 it's a little early for me. But and then I like to get, I got here a little early last time. They have a little meeting. This is for the people, but I like being a part of that meeting because they tell you what all they gonna do that day. And then they had some muffins. I got
I
muffins.
knew it was gonna be food attached. I was just sitting here smiling, waiting for that. I knew it had to deal with food.
Oh,
I knew it.
the muffins were so good. No, we have two services. One starting at 10.
Oh,
Oh, it's
okay.
uh that church I'm visiting the church I'm visiting starts at, see, okay, come on, y'all. So we
So
all going to
everybody
do,
going to church tomorrow or today?
look
Yay!
at God, look at God. Listen, y'all, everybody take a picture of the church and
Mm,
post it on my community wall.
how you can do that? Or
You
how
know,
can
y'all can post stuff on my community. I think y'all can.
look? That's too advanced for me. I'm old school.
Well, I I'm figuring out what I'm wearing tonight. I'm earning tonight, so all I got to do, and I'm gonna wash my behind tonight. So all I got to do is wash my face in the morning, brush my teeth,
Mm, brush it.
and do a little squish here and a squish there. Yeah,
Child, that coffee gonna be strong in the morning. Cause what I gotta have it, or I'm gonna get a couple of hours of sleep. But I'm trusting God that He's gonna help me get through it.
and you know what? I don't have any. I bought everything and didn't buy no coffee. I need to buy me some coffee.
Child, I got my coffee on deck. I can't do without it. But I do sometimes. But I know I feel like this is gonna be a in the morning. It's gonna be a coffee having morning.
What's that
Oh.
song? I'm to some in the sanctuary.
We clap our hands. We clap our hands in the sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Clap
Okay.
our hands to give you the glory.
Glory. Yes, that's Byron Cage. Yes, I can't believe
No. Mm-mm.
that ain't Byron Cage.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Lord, for the
Lord.
rest of my days. Yes. I got my outfit out already for church. Okay, Ramona.
Oh, okay.
April says, I hear you, Ramona. Normally, I already know what I'm wearing by Wednesday. You know, I'm thinking about just wearing some rolls, some sandals, and a.
You're silly. I have no idea what I'm gonna wear.
I think I have a little breakfast before I go. Make me an egg and bacon sandwich, bacon and egg sandwich, a BLT,
Mm.
something like that.
No, I got it together. I know exactly. I'm wondering, I don't even feel like ironing. I'll just splash it with some water, throw it in the dryer, knock the wrinkles
You
out.
ain't got,
It'd be
you ain't
good to
got,
go.
you ain't got no steamer.
That takes too much time. Let the throw some water on that stuff and throw it in the dryer. It'll same thing. One stop
Um,
shop.
Ava said, Mike is fool, hush Mike. Y'all know what? I am going to cook Sunday dinner tomorrow. I'm having lamb chops, some
You having a
asparagus,
bourgeois dinner tomorrow.
lamb chops, asparagus,
Mm.
fried green
See?
tomatoes,
Oh yes, bougie meal,
some
bougie.
hot water cornbread patties, and I think I might have collard greens or um some corn.
Look, you didn't. That was a high vibrational meal, but then when you said hot water cornbread, that just brought it back down to it slid it right on down the scale. I mean, it's good eating,
Are
but
you talking about, wait, so are you one of the people that got enough nerve to talk about, say, stop eating slave food? Because somebody told me that when I was eating chili. It was like, why you eating slave? I said, baby, if the slaves hadn't ate that food, you wouldn't be here. Come on,
right.
somebody. Um, Ramona
Mm.
says, I know April food is the center of his day. April said, yes, up when he's bougie. Look at y'all, come
He
on.
is being bourgeois. I'm having some asparagus.
Look, wrapped in bacon.
Not in bacon. Okay.
Yes.
See, well, like some of us, we don't do the pork.
Come on. I just did it because I bought it was on sale and I bought it at the Easter market today, which I enjoyed the Easter market. Y'all make sure that y'all check out that video. Did everybody enjoy me? Who all enjoyed me showing you every aspect of the Easter market?
Mm.
I went in one meat store and it stunk so bad. And I said it right in front of that man. I was like, this meat stank, it don't look good, and I can't buy it. And I walked out the store.
What is Easter Market? Is it an Asian run store?
No, the Easter market is where all the farmers and the vendors come out to these sheds.
Okay.
It's like all these. I walked through all the sheds today, and they selling produce that they grown. So
Mm-hmm.
it's fresh and organic and grass fed and all of that. And some of the prices are so damn high, but
Mm.
just to get out, and then you got people out there dancing. They sell jewelry, incense, candles.
Oh
People,
wow.
they sell food that they're cooking,
Mm-hmm.
cookies, cake. I mean, it's just all kind of
So
stuff.
like a farmer's market, kind
Yeah,
of. Okay.
yeah, on a bigger
Got it.
scale.
Got it.
That
Okay.
does sound good, though. I just ate a bacon sandwich. Okay. All right, y'all. So look, we was on here for 2 hours. Upward, thank you for coming up and joining me. And I know we both got to get up in the morning
Child,
uh,
yes. Yes,
to
yes.
go to church. And y'all know what we're gonna make. What I'm gonna do is after church, I'm coming back and I'm gonna tell y'all how good my church was. Wind it down a little bit in the evening tomorrow.
I bet
And
my church gonna be better than yours.
listen, come on, you want to bet? I bet my church have more people than your church. No, just look.
Look, what's gonna really count is how many folks at the altar doing the closing of the service. I forget the
Look,
altar call.
our altar was so full last time. A lot of people look. I could have stayed in my seat and still been at the altar. That's how far it came back. But
Mm.
that's because it was Easter.
Yeah,
And
you had them CEOs.
listen and look. That was the only. Listen, y'all, I had to change my thought then because when we went downstairs, and I knew all the women had to eat first, and it was so many women.
No,
I'm,
was you getting ready to cross the tracks?
look, why was I counting the women? And I was
Oh.
like, I should have brought me a wig. But anyway, what I did though, this is how petty I am. When that last woman got up there, I was the first man behind her. I was the first man behind her. God said, the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
No, you did not. That's tired. That is real tired. No, you
Oh,
did not.
oh. Our altar call is at the beginning. Really? I've never heard of that.
What kind of church is this? What denomination?
She
Who
said
said
they're
that?
called CMH Christian. CME Christian. I thought they was my people. CME Christian.
CME.
Come, wait.
In Methodist?
Come my early. Come here early. Wait. So you can come to the altar. I've never heard that. You gonna
Me
miss some
either.
people. What about the people that come in late?
Well, they
You
gotta be
miss
in
altar
place.
call. I'm one of the I love to do testimonies at church. My church, I seen them do testimony once. One guy got up there and testified. I don't know,
Some folk be test the line too.
yeah, I get up there and tell the truth. I don't do this because I hear this so much. I just said Jesus take the wheel. If I hear one more of them stories, I said Jesus take the wheel. Stop it. Stop. That's a common story that everybody say. I almost had the courage and I just closed my eyes and threw my hands up and said, Jesus, take the wheel. And I'm here to tell you about it. Stop it.
That's them
Just
folks competing. My story gonna be better than your story.
yes.
hmm Test the line, child. I'm not all of them, but some of them, they. Mm-mm. But
Don't they
y'all,
know? First of all,
love you.
don't nobody want to compete with me with no testimony. First of all, I'm an actor. And I will make up one of the sad. No, just joking. Let me stop. Lord, no, I wouldn't do that in church. I had
Hey,
lost. Look, I lost both my arms, and God sold them back on, and I'm here today. Look, that's.
okay. See, I ain't touching none of
I know
none,
that's
none of it. Nothing. All right, love y'all.
right. Okay, yes. Thank
Got
you for
to
coming up.
go.
Deuces. Wait, you're not gonna leave here like no thug after you've been talking about like a Christian, or now you leaving out like a thug. No, we're not gonna do that.
Child, look, you know it ain't nothing but love. Cause I normally, folks that know me, they like, yeah, that's your girl, but she will fall asleep on you because I
Look,
will. I am
like
tired as balls. You hear me?
like
I'm
I did.
tired.
Look, like I did the other day with you on the phone. Okay. Uh,
Mm,
all
yeah,
right. Thank you for coming up. I truly appreciate it. I'm about to get out of here too. I gotta run my
been a
bath.
blast.
I'm
Okay,
in my
all
bath
right.
1 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, love yas.
All
Hasta la
right.
bye bye.
Thank you, Upward. That was
You're
Upward, y'all.
welcome.
Thank Upward for coming. I really enjoyed this conversation. It was real. It's been real. I
Mm,
hope everybody
okay.
has a good. Let me take her down so
Yeah.
we still can hear you. I didn't want her to say nothing like I didn't want her to be like, I'm glad that shit was over. Look, wait. Oh, but we still can hear. What if I was like, I'm glad that shit was over. Damn, kept me up there all that damn time. Like, dang it, when you just defeated everything we talked about. All right, y'all, but y'all have a wonderful, blessed night. I hope everybody has a good time in church. I hope everybody's going to church. If not, I hope you're just at home praying. However it may be, until we meet again. It's your boy, Comedian Michael Allen. Like, comment, subscribe, share, support, all that thing. Y'all already know. It's too late for me to go over all that. But thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful, blessed night. Michael Allen, Comedian Michael Allen. I'm out. Bye bye. Bye bye.